Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Everyday English with Johnny. If you've been following our journey, you already know what this series is all about, helping you make English a natural, confident part of your life. Let's take a quick look back. In Chapter 1, we started practicing daily. In Chapter 2, we learned that small steps create big change. In Chapter 3, we learned to speak out loud, even when alone. In Chapter 4, we listened like babies. In Chapter 5, we learned the power of one sentence a day. In Chapter 6, we made English part of our mornings. In Chapter 7, we turned daily life into daily practice. In Chapter 8, we learned to make mistakes every day. In Chapter 9, we used our phones to learn smarter. In Chapter 10, we built confidence through journaling. And today, in Chapter 11, we're taking the next big step, the one that many learners fear the most but need the most: speaking with real people. Yes, my friend, today we'll talk about how to practice with people, how to overcome your fear, and how to find courage when your heart beats fast and your words freeze. Part 1. The fear we all share. Let's be honest, speaking English with real people is scary. You can write, you can listen, you can practice alone. But when someone is right in front of you, everything changes. Your heart starts racing. Your mind goes blank. You forget simple words like hello. Sound familiar? I know that fear well. When I first spoke English to a native speaker, my hands were sweating. I worried. What if I make mistakes? What if they laugh at me? But guess what? They didn't laugh. They smiled, waited patiently, and understood me. That day, I realized something powerful. People don't care if your English is perfect. They care if you're brave enough to try. That was the moment my confidence was born. Part 2. Why speaking with people is so important. Speaking with others is the real test of learning, because when you speak, you turn words into communication. You learn real pronunciation and rhythm. You experience real connection. Books can teach you grammar. Videos can teach you listening. But only people can teach you to be confident. When you speak with someone, a friend, a teacher, a classmate, or even a stranger, you turn English from theory into life. That's how fluency grows. Part 3. The science of courage. Courage doesn't mean you have no fear. Courage means you act even when you are afraid. When you speak English despite fear, your brain learns that fear is safe. Next time, the fear becomes smaller. And each time you practice, your comfort zone grows bigger. Think of it like swimming. The first time you enter the water, it feels cold and scary. But after a few minutes, your body adjusts. And suddenly, it feels good. Speaking English is the same. The more you dive in, the warmer it feels. Part 4. My first real conversation. I'll never forget it. I was at a cafe when a tourist asked me, "Excuse me, where is the nearest train station?" My brain panicked. I knew the answer, but I was scared to say it wrong. Finally, I said slowly, "Go straight and turn right at the corner." He smiled and said, "Thank you. Your English is great." I almost laughed out loud. My English wasn't great, but in that moment, I realized something. People appreciate your effort, not your perfection. That small conversation gave me more confidence than any grammar lesson ever did. So, my friend, your goal is not to speak perfectly. Your goal is to speak bravely. Part 5. How to practice with people. You might be thinking, Johnny, I don't have anyone to practice with. Don't worry, there are so many ways to find partners today. Here are some ideas to get you started. 1. Practice with friends or classmates. Choose a partner who also wants to improve. Set a 10-minute English-only rule every day. 2. Join online communities. There are free apps and groups where you can chat or call in English. Hello Talk, Tandem, or even Facebook groups. 3. Speak to foreigners you meet. When you see a tourist, smile and say, "Hi, welcome. Do you like Vietnam?" One sentence can start a new friendship. 4. Practice with AI or chatbots. You can talk to ChatGPT, hello, that's me, to practice any topic. It's a safe, judgment-free space to gain fluency. The key is not who you talk to, it's that you talk at all. Part 6. The 3-step Speak with Courage formula. Here's a simple method to help you speak with confidence every time. Step 1. Prepare a few ready sentences. For example, nice to meet you. I'm learning English. Can you repeat that, please? I don't understand, but I'm trying. These are your safety lines. Use them when you get nervous. Step 2. Focus on communication, not perfection. If someone understands you, you've succeeded. Even if you use the wrong tense, don't stop. Keep the conversation flowing. Step 3. Reflect after you speak. After the conversation, write one note in your journal. I spoke to someone today. I made 3 mistakes, but I felt brave. Reflection turns experience into growth. Part 8. Real story, Na's courage. One of my listeners, Na, once wrote to me, Johnny, I understand English, but I am too afraid to speak. My voice shakes every time. I told her, Na, speak anyway. Fear is not your enemy. Silence is. So she made a promise to say 1 sentence a day to someone in English. The first week, she just said, "Good morning" to a tourist. The next week, she asked, "Where are you from?" After a month, she was chatting with foreigners at a coffee shop. She said, Johnny, now I still make mistakes, but I don't care anymore. I just speak. That's what happens when courage becomes your teacher. Part 8. Common mistakes when speaking with people. Let's talk about a few traps learners often fall into and how to avoid them. 1. Thinking too much before speaking. 2. Translating in your head. Use simple words you already know. Don't try to sound advanced. 3. Apologizing too much. Don't say, "Sorry for my bad English." Say, "Thank you for understanding me." 4. Comparing yourself to others. Everyone learns at their own speed. Your progress is yours alone. Part 9. The confidence loop. Here's something interesting. It's called the confidence loop. When you speak, you gain experience. When you gain experience, you gain confidence. When you gain confidence, you speak more. And the loop continues. But if you never start, you never gain experience. That's why courage is the key that unlocks everything. Part 10. Imagine your confident future. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're traveling abroad, standing at an airport counter. You speak clearly, confidently, without fear. Imagine talking to your boss or your international client. Your voice is calm, you smile, you communicate naturally. That version of you already exists inside you. You just need to practice with courage to meet them. Part 11. Key lessons to remember. Let's summarize today's message. 1. Don't wait to feel ready. Speak now. Courage is stronger than grammar. 3. Focus on connection, not perfection. 4. Every conversation is a lesson. 5. The more you speak, the braver you become. So remember, fluency doesn't begin with perfect English. It begins with brave English. My friend, thank you so much for listening to Everyday English with Johnny. Here's your challenge for today. Say one sentence to another person in English. It could be a friend, a classmate, or even someone online. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't wait for courage. Courage will come after you speak. If this episode inspired you, please follow this podcast and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this episode with someone who's afraid to speak English, and remind them, they don't need perfect grammar. They just need a brave heart. In the next episode, Chapter 12, English is not practice, it's life, we'll talk about the final step, how to stop learning English and start living it every single day. So stay tuned, my friend. And remember, the world doesn't need your perfect English. It needs your brave voice. This is Johnny, and you're listening to Everyday English with Johnny. Keep learning, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next episode.